So what attracted me to network marketing other than the money? No, I was, yeah, for sure. I was in a pretty desperate financial situation at the time, though I can never be passionate and inspired by desperation. So it was actually, I was really drawn by the inspiration. I saw the possibilities, and I really believed that product that we were promoting, I believed that it was going to be in every household in America, and that me and my team were going to sell it, and that like we were just going to get wealthy. So it was the sense of possibility, and also because it was a company that was relatively new, like 18 months old. It was that ability to create something, to be with my thumbprint in the foundation. So it was the possibilities and being able to mold and create that drew me to it. So the incredible thing about network marketing is that you can really learn the fundamentals as you go. The basics that you need to know. If you've got a good system that kind of has tools around that help you with prospecting and sharing the message, telling the story. If you've got good tools, you don't need to know a lot to get started. And the basics, I mean, as soon as you have really lived a cycle of, say, a momentum run, and you've seen, the growth that can come from that, and you've worked with a lot of people, man, you just know those fundamentals inside out. And so, unlike other businesses, this is insanely amazing because you can earn while you learn. So I absolutely started full-time with massive action, fierce, intense, going after it full out. And so because of that level of intensity and consistency, and resilience, everything that early period represented, I made a six-figure annual income in my first year. So how many hours a week did I work to do that? You know what? It was just one of those things like I wasn't counting. But many hours during the day in follow-up and calling. It was also a really belly-to-belly kind of building at that time, and so I was working, bouncing around to home gatherings, doing that face-to-face thing almost every evening for a season, maybe more than one. But I want to say that I really became the brand. Like I was building my business, so to speak, everywhere I went, because I identified with it, that like I would talk to people everywhere I went, lifestyle marketing, and so I really embraced it. And hard to know how many exact hours I was putting in, plenty. Personal development is probably the most important thing in network marketing, because you cannot grow your team or your business until you grow yourself. And the demands of just sheerly keeping your own vision strong, keeping connected to your purpose and your why and all of those things, man, that just takes constantly filling yourself up, right? Keep in mind that you are the wellspring that all of this business is going to flow from, and you got to fill that well every single day. And then plus, you can see the leaders. In fact, I want to say probably anyone that's earned a six-figure income is a big student of personal development. You just need that. Also, when you are immersing yourself in those positive ideas and just growing yourself, you have you're more relevant, because you're constantly learning, so there's more for you to share, and it just makes you a better leader. They are absolutely inextricably connected, personal development and success in this business. So yeah, there are so many great books. I think obviously Napoleon Hill, Think and Grow Rich, is a game changer, a life-changing book. And not only read it when you start network marketing, but reread it over and over again. I also really love Wallace Wattles' The Science of Getting Rich. I think so many people come into network marketing with hang-ups about money, their worthiness, and just the issues. They just come in with issues around money. And until you kind of deal with those inner blocks, it's impossible to attract it to you. And then I really love Darren Hardy's Compound Effect. Every single January, right at the end of December, I start reading that book just to give me like a kick in the butt to get things started. I love every aspect of that book and utilize it with my team as well. So understanding what your why is, what really drives and motivates you beyond the money, is absolutely critical. Particularly getting started, there are going to be so many challenges, right? Just the natural things that come along with this business where you're investing heart and soul, and before you gain traction and you start seeing the evidence, it's so critical that you know what is really deeply motivating you. And it's important that you understand what the why is for each of your team members too, because if they have a vision for their life that is going to take them this particular direction, you're trying to pull them this direction, like it's never going to work. And so understanding what really drives them, what motivates them, what are the possibilities they see for themselves, their goals, their reasons, are just critically important. Some of the most sacred experiences I've had are in those moments when heart to heart someone shares their why, when they share what they really want. And as long as we can stay poised on that bigger purpose and connected to that, it is rocket fuel for our business. So I think one of the biggest mistakes most people make is they come in with the misconception that they're going to get absolutely rich overnight. And this is such a business of planting seeds, and it's such a business of seasons and cycles that people have to come in prepared to really go the distance. And so quitting too early, coming in just spurt, like really giving it a lot of oomph, and then fading out like in a handful of weeks or months. It's the consistency that is going to create the wealth. And the consistent, massive action will win every single time. So the biggest mistake is people expecting too much too fast, becoming discouraged, and leaving too soon. So, it's, I think people often hold the idea that there are certain seasons when this business is gonna grow faster, more easily, when people are overall more focused. People tend to think that around Christmas time that it's gonna slow down because people start jingle belling in December or whatever. They get busy with whatever's happening for them in terms of holiday celebration. And another idea is that things really slow down in the summer. First off, I would say whatever you think is going to happen probably will happen, number one. And so, keep a mindset. I have lived momentum periods when the teams are growing so fast. We don't know what time of year it is. We don't know what day of the week it is. Everybody's just jamming because the sense of what's possible is so heightened that it doesn't matter what else is going on. Like, priority is we're moving ahead with the business, right? So those seasons are sometimes very fortuitous when you're building. But also, I think you have to be realistic, right? Summer comes, yes, maybe there are more distractions. And so I think what you want to do is strategize and capitalize on them. If you're going to be hanging out with friends more, there are more opportunities to plant a seed. You're at a barbecue, having a drink, enjoying people, hanging out, and you're just simply like, you know what? I've got something I want to run by you. Now's not the time or place, but I'm going to hit you up on Monday. Right? So you're out and about with people, and if you happen to have a product that is a family oriented product, people are out with strollers, and it's just a great opportunity to meet people. So you just kind of have to reframe it a little bit. And the other thing I would say is really teach the quarters, like four quarters in a year: January, February, March, April, May, June. And so each quarter feeds the next one. And if the funnel isn't full going into the new quarter, right, it's just, it becomes painstakingly difficult to get your plane off the ground again. And so the thing that I teach about the summer is don't land your plane, because the fuel that it will take to get liftoff again is so much more difficult to muster than if you just keep it going all the way through. So when I first started the business, I had little children, and navigating building a business with little kids, they're also super dependent on me, was a huge challenge. What I learned right away is that I needed to be present for each thing when I was doing it. While I was doing my business, I needed to be full out, blinders on, building my business. When I was with my kids, I needed to block out anything related to business and full on be present with my children. And I learned that sometimes a little bit can be enough of really focused attention. I involved my kids a lot with my business. I had, they could earn Bahamas bucks, like, you know, I would bribe them with vacations and then let them earn certain things by certain behaviors. I had everybody like buying in and excited about the vision. I shared my vision and excitement about the business, so I included them. And then they got to see the benefits. Early on, I liked showing them some of the tangible benefits, like, look, we're doing this because like we're going for ice cream now because of mama's business. And a cute story I will share with you about this. Of course, they were always, Mom, you're always on the phone. Mom, you're always on the phone. You know, and it's true, we're on the phone a lot. And occasionally I would let my kids see me say, hey, Jane, I would love to talk to you right now, but it's Nicole's time, or it's Sean or Todd or Ashley's time right now, so let me get you later. I'd let them see that they were precedent, but for all the nagging of, you're on the phone. So I was overhearing my daughter and one of her friends playing one time, and my daughter's friend said, you know what, your mom is always on the phone. And my daughter replied, you know what, but she makes more money than most daddies. And I just thought, all the while here she's nagging me about it, but there she is, the first one to say it's paying off. So they're watching. I guess the thing that I would say, because I have a really unique perspective, is that my kids were 5, 4, and 2 when I started this. I married again, had another baby who's 24 years old now, right? The kids are 33, 32, 30, 34, 33, 31, and 24. My 24-year-old's full-time in the business with me. I have that luxury of the 60,000-foot view now of seeing what benefit those kids had, aside from the money. The benefit that they had from having an entrepreneurial mom, are you kidding me? When I see who they are in their lives today, I know that part of the reason they go after their dreams so fiercely is because they saw a mom that wouldn't give up on hers. And so they learned that their dreams matter. So yeah, they're watching. It's worth it. Figure it out. It's crazy, but you can do it. So I think when I first started, one of my big fears was being rejected. I just had spent, and maybe even still do to some degree, much of my life trying to be approved of and condoned for what I did. And so the idea of being rejected was really, really tough for me in the beginning. And the way that I overcame it was to just put myself in a place of belief. When I could come from a place of what I have has value for you, when I can come from that authentic place of service, then my fears melt away, because I am no longer the issue. My agenda is no longer the thing. When I'm really coming from a place of service, it just puts everything in the right perspective. So yeah, fear of rejection and overcoming it by being in a place of service. So one of the things that I love about the way we're building the business today with the brand that I represent is that we've completely come out of the dark ages, and we are leveraging social media in a really powerful way. We have a simple 3-step system, communities, groups that kind of tell the story about certain products, and it just makes it so easy to be able to share, and you can share with so many people. I remember back in the day when I learned, like, wow, audio tapes, I can have 100 of these out working for me. Like, whoa, that's leverage, man. I loved it. I was so excited because we could give these audio tapes. I'd order hundreds of them. I'd have all of my team members order hundreds of them. Well, you know what? People are living in the palm of their hand. And Facebook, absolutely love it for a million reasons. I love just being able to read people's profiles. I love that people are transparent, that they share, that we can create community in Facebook and that we can cheer people on and encourage them. And I just don't spend a ton of time on Facebook, but I love it as a platform. And the system that we've created is crazy because really, truly, for the first time, people are able to build their business in the nooks and crannies of their life because they can add people to these secret groups where people now are exposed to the information in their own time and in their own way and to their own level of depth. Some people just want to take a look at some before and afters and go, get me that product. Other people want to read the science. They want to see the white papers, so, and it can all happen without me being there. And so I absolutely love the systems that we're utilizing, and Facebook is the bomb. I know, it's totally crazy, isn't it? To actually have been with one company for 28 years. I know that doesn't happen very often. And then to likewise be passionate today, like how do we continue to reinvent ourselves? And because obviously there's an element of timing to just an incredible opportunity. I think the really good companies get good at reinventing themselves, at creating, launching new products and updating so that they stay relevant, the model and the messaging. And so I think all of those things are relevant. But I'm really happy that I made a decision and stayed because I am now more passionate than I've ever been really in my entire life. In fact, I feel like everything that I've done up until now has been preparation for this very moment. I'm loving it. So yeah, good question. What made me stay? Certainly there were trials, and in those early days, young ownership, and we were all feeling our way together, and there were frustrations and ups and downs. I really probably rebuilt my business almost from scratch 3 times in those early years. So definitely trials. But I always believed in the primary mission around our products. And as I looked, I became really keenly aware of, I was a student of the profession. And so I started to learn things that I thought didn't work. And I just always saw an element of won't work, can't work, doesn't work, too late in the growth cycle or whatever, that kept me from being truly enticed. And then, I'd really made that decision to go the distance. And then at some point also, your people, right? They said yes when I asked them to take a look, and they were staying, and I was going to stay with them. So thanks for asking. The company that I'm with is Modere. This is the company that I've been with for 28 years. And the reason that I'm so excited right now is that this brand really established itself almost 30 years ago as the original Live Clean company. We've been taking sulfates out of shampoo for 30 years, taking parabens, we've been paraben free for 18 years. And so we have that solid foundation of a broad line of clean label products. And finally, consumers really care about that. But more than that, in February of 2014, we transformed the brand. We made it more relevant to today's shoppers, and we created a really customer-centric model. What I love about this is that we've created kind of an authentic home. Like if somebody goes to modere.com, they won't find any opportunity messages. It is a beautiful site where people can shop, and so it's a place for shoppers, right? If you've got a really cool place for shoppers, then you can probably create a home for people that love to promote products. And if you can attract people that are great at promoting the products and they can attract customers, you've got a foundationally strong business. You pay these promoters well and give them amazing bonuses and so forth, and you have got a platform really to create potentially, depending on people's individual effort, sustainable wealth. And so it's the newness, the freshness of a brand that has the stability. I mean, really, seriously, where do you find a company that has done billions, like almost $7 billion since the year 2000, and yet is just small still in the United States. So it's that fantastic combination of ground floor opportunity with a stable company that's going to be here to pay you. So that's why I'm so excited. Yeah, thanks for asking. Okay, so aside from the travel and the money and all of those really wonderful, tangible things that make life better and help to get me and others off of the survival level, which I love all of that, what I really love is who you become. I really love that to achieve big success in this business, you've got to reach deep inside of you. You've got to bring your best game. And as you do that and you help other people to do that, and you watch people showing up in a real, authentic way, a powerful way, like I don't think there's anything sweeter. I love to see people's lives enhanced, whether it's a product and somebody's sleeping better, or they're shedding a ton of pounds, or they have less discomfort, mobility, more mobility, less discomfort, whatever it is. When I hear those stories, it like makes me want to cry. Still, after all these years, I love those stories. And then when I see somebody pay their dues and get off of the survival level financially and claim that residual income, like there's no greater joy. Like it truly is. It really is the relationships. And it's who you become and who you help other people become, because that transcends the grave, I think, right? All the stuff stays behind. And we're only here for a moment. This business has been such an amazing platform for me to give and to share, to do what I do and to help some people along the way.